July 7th, 2022. Hope you're out there is having a good day today. Start off by saying if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Talk to you today about what I call tractor supply homesteaders and what I mean by that. We're seeing more and more people raising their own chickens, their own goats and things like that. And the way they feed them is they're dependent on stores like Tractor Supply or your local feed and seed stores and things like that. My question is what are you going to do when SHTF happens and these stores are not there no more? You can't go buy a bag of feed to feed your animals. You know, do you have enough room to grow feed to feed your animals? You know, these are the type of things you need to start thinking about now, because the more and more people that raise chickens or goats and stuff like that, you've got to be able to feed these things in an SHTF situation. A lot of people call their animals their pets now. You know, they don't look at them as livestock. They're just pets, or technically, honestly, they're just a hobby for them to raise their chickens or whatever they're raising. But it takes a lot of feed to feed these things. Chickens, yes, you can let them free range and things like that, goats and all this. But you're also going to have some type of supplemental feed for them too, which you're going to have to ask yourself, do I have enough room to grow feed for my animals? And you need to start asking yourself right now, when SHTF happens, are you going to be able to do what you need to do with these animals? You know, if you're not having enough feed to feed them, are you going to be able to cull these animals out, you know, and process them and put them up? Do you have ways to process them and put them up? Things like that you need to start planning on now, because eventually this SHTF is going to happen. We're going to look around. There's not going to be nowhere to get anything. You're going to be solely, my favorite saying, you have what you have. That's the way it's going to be. You know, you can stock up feed and stuff now, but eventually if things go bad and they stay bad, you're not going to be able to replenish that by going to a store and buying feed. And plus, you're going to see shortages on feed, and what does shortages cause? It's going to cause the price to go up. You know, chicken feed right now in my area, depending on what type of layer feed you get, it's anywhere from $12 up. You know, you can get up pretty high on chicken feed, sometimes up $30 a bag, depending on what you get, what brands you get. But when all this happens, are you going to be able to sit down and say, all right, I need to cull this animal, I need to cull that animal, we need to process it, we need to put it up? Because when you're calling animals pets, it makes it harder to do what you need to do. It honestly does. You know, if you've got a chicken that that's your baby, you know, you just baby it all the time, you're not going to, most people won't be able to do what you need to do. A lot of people now can't. You know, they have to get somebody else to do it for them. You know, they just can't do it. You need to start thinking about things like this. Number one, do you have enough room to grow your own feed? And if you're operating a small homestead farm, you really need to start looking into how much acreage do I need to feed my animals, you know, in case I can't go get feed for these animals. Yes, like I said, you can stock feed right now, you can stock it up, but eventually that's going to run out. Or the next time you have to go get feed, what are you going to do when that $15 bag of chicken feed is now $100? You know, it's going to start, some people will be like, well, I can't afford to raise these animals. And then are you going to be able to do what you need to do with the animals at that time? And do you have ways to process them? Do you have ways, you know, do you have smokehouses? Do you have a way to can the meat? Do you have a way to smoke the meat, salt the meat, all this type of stuff? These are things you need to start figuring out now, because what's coming, it's not going to happen overnight. A lot of people always thought we're going to wake up one day and the world just be totally different. It's not happening that way. We're slow stepping down, and when we slow step down, it makes it not seem to be happening that much. That's why you still have people thinking that everything's normal, you know, or we're just going through a little dry spot, a bad spot, and everything's going to get back the way it was, which it's not. Look around what's going on every day, just total chaos. I've told you the new normal is chaos, plain and simple. You know, but to get back on point, are you a tractor supply homesteader? Are you dependent on feed and seed stores to feed your animals that you're raising? And are you understanding that you may have to plant your own feed for these animals, and do you have the space to do it? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Like or dislike the video. Comment on this one. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. We're still trying to hit 500 subscribers before the world goes completely full-blown SHTF. thank all of you who are subscribed, and welcome to the new subscribers. Everyone stay safe out there. You're not safe anywhere in America anymore. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings. You're not safe no more, and keep prepping.